Hello, everybody. So we're up to the Chapter 13 test. So I want to go over the review. It is quite long. I'm going to probably do it in several sections. And there's definitely going to be some questions that I let you work on, and then there'll be some that I will eliminate from the test altogether. And we'll see how we do. All right, let's get started. So for question number 1, for numbers 1a through 1e, select yes or no to indicate if a rectangle with the given dimensions would have a perimeter of 50 inches. So the key here is to remember that that you're looking for perimeter. So a quick snip and sketch here, and we will get started on this. So just remember that your perimeter is going to equal 2 times the length plus 2 times the height or the width, or perimeter is going to equal your side plus the side plus the side plus the side plus the side. So it depends on what you prefer. I do want you to get comfortable using the formula, but I also want you to remember that perimeter is just adding up all the sides. I think personally the formula works better here because you can say 2 times 25 plus 2 times 2. And I'd get 50 plus 4, and that would be too much. So in question number 1, the answer is no. Now part B says 2 times 20. The answer to that plus 2 times 5. And I get 20 times 2 is 40, and 2 times 5 is 10, and 40 plus 10 is 50. So this is actually a yes. And so on. You would go through all 5 of these to determine which have a perimeter of 50. And again, between perimeter and area, you got to be real careful with your vocabulary. All right, moving on. Question 2. The swimming club's indoor pool is a rectangular building. Marco is laying tile around the rectangular pool. This has got several parts here. So first we have our illustration. Now we have part A. What is the area of the pool and the area of the pool and the walkway? So don't be fooled by the second part. The area of the pool and the walkway is the entire thing. So first, area of the pool. Oops, looks like I need to shrink a little. I'm going to try to get this whole question into my snip here. So I can always scroll up to see the picture. All right, so first, the area of the pool. All right, well, here's our pool, and it tells me that it's 20 by 16. So area is going to equal base times height, where the base is 20 and the height is 16. Now I'm going to do a little scratch work over here. Oh, that's a really awful looking 6. But we know if we have a 0 on the bottom, we can simply drop that 0 into the answer. 2 times 6 is 12. Carry a 1 as addition. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So the area of the pool is equal to 320 meters squared. Now I need the area of the pool and the walkway, which is basically going to be our 320. And now we're going to combine that with the outside. But honestly, I'm not combining anything. I'm going to take the height and the base, and I'm going to multiply 26 times 22 for the area of the entire rectangle. All right, so here we go. So area is still base times height. I don't have any fun tricks for this, so we are going to just do some regular multiplication here. 2 times 6 is 12, carry a 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Placeholder 0. 2 times 6 is 12. I again need a 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And I end up with 2, 7, 5. Which sounds about right, considering that the pool was at 320 and the whole thing is at 572. So we're going to call it total area equals 572 meters squared. That's your first part. So let's go ahead and see, I always think that that should allow me to scroll. Let's go to part B. How many square meters of tile will Marco need for the walkway? Explain how you found your answer. Now, I haven't said this in a while, but this is definitely a question of working smarter, not harder. So I have the total area of the entire place, walkway and pool, and I have the area of the pool itself. So if I simply subtract, I should get what's left over, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing. So take your 572, which is the total for the entire pool and walkway, minus just the pool, and you will get just the walkway. I will leave that to you to solve. I've discussed the explanation here, but you should write it in your own words as well. On the actual test, this is a drop-down explanation, so you will need to be familiar with the thinking on how you do this. All right, I'm gonna see, nope, that's it. Close this out. Now let's take a look at the next page. Question number 3. Match the dimensions of the rectangles in the top row with the correct area or perimeter in the bottom row. This is actually a pretty good question. I did keep it on the test. It's a little different on the test. I think it's more of a drag and drop, where this one's going to be more of a draw the line. So I'm going to go ahead and snip this for questions 4 and 5. And give a little explanation. So big things to remember. Area is base times height. Perimeter is 2 times the base number plus 2 times the height number. Sometimes they use length and width. It doesn't matter as long as you keep your numbers straight. All right, so first one over here, I'm going to take a look at length 5 centimeters, width 9 centimeters. I'm going to draw just a quick example. If we call this the length at 5 and this the width at 9, then if I'm looking at area, that's 9 times 5, which is 45. Do I have anything that has 45 square centimeters? And in fact, I do. This would be the correct response for area equals 45. And I just happened to luck out. So that goes here. So the next one says length 6, width 6. I'm going to change my color just so you know I'm in a different part of the problem. So if I know I have what is not a rectangle, but actually a square of 6 by 6 here, I'm gonna try perimeter this time. So if I'm doing length and width, that just means it's going to be 2 times 6 plus 2 times 6. So I'm going to have 12 plus 12 is 24. Does anything have 24 centimeters? And in fact, it does not. So then now I know I need to find the area. 6 times 6 is 36. And it turns out those two belong together. Just be careful that you find the area for area and you find the perimeter for perimeter. So it's checking to see if you know the difference in those two formulas. All right, let's scroll up a little bit. Kylie put a large rectangular sticker on her notebook. The height of the sticker measures 18 centimeters. The base is half as long as the height. What area of the notebook does the sticker cover? Okay, so let's talk about what we know. Use red. Okay. The height of the sticker is 18. So I'm going to draw my sticker. And I'm going to say the height is 18. The base is half as long. So if you know what half looks like, it's a fraction. Half as long as the height. So literally the bottom is 18 divided by 2 or 9. So this is going to be my base. What area of the notebook does this cover? I know that area is base times height. So this is 18 times 9. And my answer is in cm squared, or SQCM. Oh, there you go. All right, looks like question 5 has more to do. You got to, just real quick to question 4, you really, really, really have to watch when they start saying, you know, base is half as long, base is twice as long, because there's more math involved there. You got to pay attention to the wording. All right, closing that out. Number 5, I will tell you right now, I did not care for how the book showed this problem earlier. So my class knows this from how I deal with things, is that what happened to I didn't do snip and sketch. I am not doing question 5. Question 5 was removed from the test. I do not care for this section right in here, where at the third box where they eliminate, they actually subtract from both sides. And that is just a skill we are not quite at yet. So I did take that out of the test. They will learn that in 5th grade. You will learn it in 5th grade. Okay, question number 6. Gary drew a rectangle with a perimeter of 20. Then he tried to draw a square with a perimeter of 20. Draw 3 different rectangles that Gary could have drawn. Then draw a square if possible. All right. It's a little different. I'll at least get you started here. Again, it's the whole idea of using perimeter and area. Well, I guess only perimeter here. So remember that perimeter is always the fence around an area. So we have a perimeter, then so we want 3 different rectangles. So I'm going to draw a long and skinny first, and then we're going to try for a square. So perimeter is 20. That means this side plus this side plus this side plus this side has to equal 20. You just got to kind of play with your numbers. But remember, if I make this a 2, this automatically becomes 2. And we're going to start right here. So if I've used 2 as my height on each side, I have a total of 4. Well, that means that I still have 16. That's my borrowing. 16 left over. Well, the nice part about 16 is I can divide that again in half, and I get 16 divided by 2, which would leave the top and the bottom as 8. And that would be all of my numbers. So this is, in fact, a workable rectangle with a perimeter of 20. You can't have numbers that are different. Like, when I say different, I mean the 2s. Where's my red? Seriously. This 2 and this 2 must be the same. And this 8 and this 8 must be the same. So you can't have mixed numbers in here. You can't mix it up. You have to have each side is the same length and the top and bottom are the same length. Let's try for the square. So square is going to have all sides the same. if my perimeter is 20, I have to ask myself, what number times 4 would equal 20, or possibly 20 divided by 4, as long as that doesn't have a remainder. Well, the good news is they gave us a pretty good number here. So if I do the multiplication route, I know my answer has to be 20. I know there are 4 sides on the square, and I'm simply missing the number that goes here. In a very similar thinking, if you said, well, I know I have 20, and 20 divided by 4 will give me the answer that I'm looking for. Either way, these are both 5, and your square would have a side length of 5, and it is possible. I will leave you with the final rectangle where the perimeter is 20. Good luck. Okay, that's the end of our second page, so I'm going to start a new video for the next couple pages.